everybody, I'm Hayley.
And I'm Kayli.
And today we're reviewing
Unlimited. Wicked for good and good riddance.
Oh!
This is part deux. That's French for two. Wicked. Did you like that?
I loved it.
I'm bilingual.
And by Rachel. Okay.
Best of both worlds. So we're back again with Glinda and Elphaba and a little bit of Fiyero.
Fiyero.
I have it written down.
The straw man.
The straw man.
Tin man. I think it's Fiyero.
Fiyero.
Like Ferrero Rocher.
That's what he is. It's just a little
He
chocolate.
is a little chocolate. And then who's the Tin Man?
Boq.
Boq.
What was that?
Doesn't he do the thing?
Oh, that was really good.
Thank
You're
you.
talking about the
I'm talking about
composer.
Boq.
I don't know if he did piano.
He did something musically. Boq.
But I thought you were talking. When I hear Boq, I hear like Boq.
Right.
As in, why did the chicken cross the road?
As in. And then we have Nessa,
Right.
who's the sister.
Yes.
We have Elphaba.
Said her.
We have Glinda.
Said her.
Glinda?
Glinda.
What's her name? Her actual name is
Glinda. But
everybody
she
call-
changed it to Glinda.
Right.
In solidarity.
With.
The animals. That she forgot about for half the movie.
What do you mean in solidarity?
Because in the first movie, the goat couldn't say her name correctly.
That's right.
And so when he got captured, she was like, I changed my name to Glinda.
And then, yes, proceeded to forget about that.
Right. So we're back again. It's been 12 tide changes, whatever that means, since the first movie. And now it's all about Elphaba being wicked and Glinda being good. And the love triangle in between.
Ensues.
But yeah, so Hayley, what did you think about this one? No spoilers.
You know, this is not my movie. I'm not a musical person.
Okay, well, give us a little bit of backstory, because you did like the first one.
Did I?
Yeah, we both did. Cut to us talking about it before. All right, number 4. 3, 2, 1. Wicked.
Ah, we finally did it!
I'm surprised with how much I actually kind of like this movie.
It was cute. I liked it.
Yeah.
This one I felt the length a little bit. I think the last half, the ending was way better than the beginning. But I mean, I thought it was good. And scene. I think I did like it. This one felt longer.
Which is crazy because it was shorter.
It was like 45 minutes shorter or something like that. And I feel like it was kind of dragging. I don't know. I think it was still good. Like I did have my heartstrings pulled, of course, with the Glinda and Elphaba and their friendship. And I think it's also sometimes hard to make a play a movie. I think this would have done really well as a play. As a movie, it came off like super cheesy. And I think some things were not flushed out very well.
Yeah.
And just like little things here and there. So just in general, I thought it was solid. I think if you're a fan of the movie, you're going to really love it. If you really love Ariana Grande, if you really love Cynthia, like I think you're going to do just fine with it. You love the first one.
Yeah.
I think the first one is probably still better than this one, but it was okay. Would I watch it again?
No.
No, I'm not doing that. What about you?
Similar to you, as always.
We're
I never have
boring
my
as hell.
own opinion.
No.
I just think the storylines that we got in the first movie and that were introduced, I really was intrigued because I liked a few songs from Wicked, from the Broadway musical, but I never seen it, never read the books. So I didn't know how the story was going to conclude. So I was very intrigued. But this one definitely let me down. And it's just because I guess like I don't feel anything for Glinda and Elphaba because I feel like their friendship is like based on something super shallow.
I also felt that way. I was like, I'm not really feeling like I felt the emotions definitely in the song, but I'm like, I'm not sure how we got here.
Right.
It was very forced. I'm like, things are not flushed out well.
You know what it is? It's like I've only done summer camp like once, and I don't even think it was really a summer camp. I think it was like 1 week that we were doing whatever. It's like when you meet someone during summer camp and you spend all summer with them and they're your best friend and leaving them feels so tough. I've read a lot of books and seen a lot of movies, so I'm assuming. But it's like you are so close to that person for such a small amount of time, And then it's like, now your friendship's over. Right. On the outside, it looks like, baby, that was a month. You're going to be okay. But for them, it's everything.
But I feel like most of their relationship was always seen in conflict. You know what I mean? Like even in the first movie, they kind of come to a friendship a little bit like towards the middle end of like when they're trying to be friendship. But then like after that, everything just goes south. And then this movie, it's just south the whole time. So I don't know. It's really hard for me to get they have a true friendship because I'm like, y'all could just not be friends. But then they show the flashbacks and they're like best BFFs and living the best. I don't know. It just wasn't enough time for me to feel like they actually were together like that. But I mean, they have a lot going on the story. There's a lot to do.
There is.
I'm just going to have to, chalk it up to we just didn't see it on camera.
And that's what's giving like, I guess, Disney Channel wrap up of like, oh, they love each other so much. And it hurts that now they will never be able to see each other ever again in their lives.
Because why? Yeah, we'll get into spoilers now.
Yeah. So, what do you want to start with first? Because I have a few bones to pick.
I just want to start with some things that I just thought were just kind of dumb.
Okay, good start.
So the magic thing, there's not enough magic for me. And maybe most of this is more of like a metaphor. I'm not sure the original intentions of creating Wicked. I mean, obviously they have a lot of like clear messages, like the animals are losing their rights and blah, 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 blah. Right. So clearly there's some political themes in here. So I don't know if it's mainly a story for that. And so when you're trying to look at it literally, it's not good to do.
Right.
So I can't admit that maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But for instance, when Elphaba was with, what's his name? Fiyero.
Yes.
Because Ferrero Rocher.
Right.
When she was with Fiyero and Glinda and they started getting attacked by the soldiers, is Elphaba not a badass bitch witch? She's out here like, no. And then Fiyero's like, no, run. And I'm like, run, bitch, get your fucking magic.
Use a spell.
Use something.
Hamana, 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 who?
Quite literally.
Right.
Hamana, hamana. Get your broom. Jump on that hoe and fly away.
Take them all out. Take your man with you.
It just seemed like the magic in general in this. I'm like, where is... So whoever has magic clearly don't have magic. Who has magic? Just Elphaba and that lady? What's her name?
Madame Warble.
Madame Warble. They're the only ones who have magic in this whole thing.
Right.
And they don't even use it. Even at the end when Glinda is kicking Madame Warble out, there is no magic to be seen. She just like lets herself getting taken away by the monkeys. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. Is there magic or is there not magic? Seems like magic was a big part of this. And Elphaba was supposed to be like a really great grand witch. Right. And then it just fell apart. She doesn't really use it. And but like I said, maybe that's not the point. But it's just kind of stuff like that where I'm like,
more it's like,
girl, do something.
I agree.
It just forced. What else was I just like,
I like what you're saying about the magic part because I'm kind of confused by it. And especially when it comes to the wizard. So the wizard doesn't have any power. Correct. We've gone over this in both the Wizard of Oz and Wicked. Yet we're given the explanation that the reason why Elphaba has powers is because her dad is the wizard.
The wizard. Yes. And at the end, Glinda is like, yes, she is she's combined from both worlds. Both worlds of what? Black and white? She got biracial powers? Like,
let's go.
Where's my powers? Let's get this going. But that's why I was confused too. I'm like, I believe her mother didn't have powers. At least they didn't show that.
Right.
And then her dad clearly he's a phony. So what do you mean it was combined? Let me look that up. Because you know what? Somebody knows. Okay, so basically they're saying that Elphaba's father was from our world, Earth. He's an Earthling. And her mother was from Oz. Confused because it's not everybody from Oz. Whatever. So her mother is an Ozling. So when a person from Oz and a person from the outside world has a child, the combination results in an offspring that is magical.
I didn't know that we were supposed to assume that the Wizard of Oz wasn't from Earth.
Well, what do you mean Earth? Like he's where Dorothy's from?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's not important.
Right.
But I feel like if you're going to make it such a big twist, I need to see what happened. Like I felt like they truly pulled it out their ass.
Yeah.
How is she so powerful? Maybe it's because from different worlds. Right. Oh, yeah. What?
I know. And I was like,
hell are you talking about?
But he doesn't even have any powers.
That's I'm like, what do you mean? It just cancels out? Like a negative and a negative? Make a positive? Like, what are we doing?
A positive witch.
And her mom was an Ozian? Her mom quite literally didn't even live in Oz. They were like on some... They were like the wasn't her stepdad
they
or
were
her
in
dad,
Munchkinland, but all of that is Oz.
Right. So what do you mean she's from Oz? Maybe they fleshed it out much better in the play.
Right.
The Broadway musical.
Probably not.
What?
Maybe in the book.
Yeah. Maybe the book, because I think there's just a lot that I was just kind of like, I feel like they threw it in there and you're just supposed to like okay.
Right. I'm not supposed to question anything.
Yeah, no,
and
that makes total
unfortunately,
sense.
that's not what happens in this brain.
Big brain.
Lots
Big
of
brain right here.
right
Lots
there.
of thoughts. And then like even their friendship, just fake as hell. Because not Glinda in the beginning completely going to like being fake as hell.
Yeah.
Going against Elphaba. Because even we were watching the movie and when Glinda stole Elphaba's man, James was like, nah, she's wrong for that. I'm like, Glinda has quite literally been campaigning to her death for the past however many years.
Right.
And then she's mad because Elphaba took her man.
Right.
Like, yes, that's not great. I do feel bad for you, girl. But also, at this point, I don't care. You've been campaigning for my death.
Yeah.
You're trying to bring me down. You're being fake as hell.
So let me have sex with your man. Sorry.
Yes. But only once because he gets turned into straw because she isn't strong enough to just like save them.
It has to be some. Yeah. That's what magic is. It's a little complicated. You never know what's going to happen.
You just never know when you can use it or you need a book
Right.
for the spells maybe.
With Glinda, my whole.
Hello?
Sorry, that was me with my water bottle. With Glinda, it's just a little annoying that it took the entire second movie for her to figure out that the wizard and Madame Morrible were lying to her when the first movie ended with them twisting the story of what's going on with Elphaba. And so you see what they're doing. They're like, oh, she's evil. She's wicked. Like, yes, she stole the book, but you know exactly why.
Right.
You know she didn't turn those monkeys into flying monkeys on purpose.
To make them miserable.
Right. She had no say in this. You know this. And yet you're like, I think it's just a big misunderstanding.
Elphaba, if you just understood. I'm like, and I get it. Maybe they're going the route of she's just so selfish. She
That
wants
she
to be
doesn't give a
popular
fuck.
and liked so
Right.
bad.
Which is fine.
And even to the movie's point, you will believe what you want to believe and convince yourself.
Right.
So maybe we're going that route. But if that's the case, her and Elphaba could never have been friends.
At the end, there
she's
should
such
have
a
been a
fake
song.
ass bitch.
No.
Like, we could
And
never
now-
be friends.
And now she's over here campaigning for what Elphaba believed in at the end about like, oh, okay, the wizard has to leave. We free the animals. Like Oz is going to come together. But you don't even really get anything.
right.
I'm confused.
And truly, what's the point of this?
Right.
I guess the friendship that they really shouldn't have had in the beginning. So I feel like because they're focusing on that so much and it's not really making sense given what
takes
we've
away from
seen,
everything else.
it's kind of like, I'm not feeling it. This
Right.
feels like a super forced friendship. They must have a crush on each other because there's no other reason for you. The only way people act like that is if you're in love.
Yeah.
When you're like with somebody you shouldn't be with and you're like obsessed with somebody and
Right.
you shouldn't be because they're actually just rude to you. You only do that when you're in love and you're trapped in this toxic relationship. So my theory is they really want to kiss
Yeah.
like this. But
Like this.
I don't think that they have gay rights yet. You know, animals don't have rights. So you
let's
definitely don't get
talk
rights.
about the animals because I am confused. Why did the Wizard of Oz have them locked up in his fortress?
Oh, those are the ones that were in prison. That was a prison.
Right.
So
But
those
what
were the
was the
ones that
point?
went like against the capital, if you will. So the teacher was in there. So those were specifically animals. That was a prison, even though it looked like a zoo. But
Right.
they don't even get a real prison. They're
They
like,
said,
put him in the kennels and they're going to sit here in the dark. Also, it's going to be right in my fortress. And Elphaba, it's going to be right next to Elphaba when she comes in here.
Right. Right.
And I'm going to leave her alone with the monkeys who clearly hate my ass.
Oh, well, we'll see what happens. Keep it spicy.
And see if they don't show her that. That's what I'm saying. It was just a lot of forced theatricalness. So I'm just going to say it must be clearly, it does seem like the movie is pushing it towards a direction that like, I think the original point of the story was not necessarily pushed in.
Yeah.
Like I get she's not all evil.
Right.
Like I get what they're trying to do with her, but honestly,
No,
she wasn't
yeah.
even evil at all.
No.
That's the other point. It's like they're trying to say, oh, is evil, do you create evil or is evil just, does it happen over time? But I'm like, in this, I never saw her as evil at any point. She got really angry at some points.
And that
rightfully
was
so.
when she was evil.
Right. But honestly, I'm like, she's not even evil. There was no point in this movie where she was actively evil.
No.
So to me, kind of
I guess like capturing Dorothy was like a little bananas.
No, Dorothy ran up on her castle. Bitch, get in the fucking
get in the basement and
get in
listen
the
to me sing with
basement.
my friend.
You're not gonna hear. Don't listen to the goddamn thing. We got a couple numbers, and I need you to be quiet.
Just wait.
Right, but that's I'm like
Yeah.
she didn't do anything, and then she like let her kill her.
Yeah.
Which water kills her?
I don't know who started that rumor.
She never took a bath. Glinda said, "No, not the clean water. She don't do that." What? You never seen a friend shower?
They're
Y'all
not that
saw
close.
each other shower.
They're not that close.
Oh, they're close. The way they're acting in the damn movie, like they just can't be separated. I'm like, we haven't talked to her in years. And she's, like I said, been campaigning on your downfall.
Then
And as soon as you see her, she's like, hey, girl, how you been? Want to come to my side? Bitch, no.
Right.
You're a disrespectful hoe. That's why your man got taken.
Sorry about it.
That's why your man's in my
with me.
hut.
Not
In my tree hut. In my tree house.
Bubbled naked. It's just swinging.
Literally.
Right. Yeah.
Swinging, girl. Lucky he got turned into straw.
Right.
We was finna do something.
You don't want to see what happens next.
No, what the forever what shame. What finna do?
Yeah. To go back to the animals.
Sorry.
I think what bothered me is in the first movie, I was like, okay, so there's this campaign against animals, and then like they're starting to lose their speech. And that's where I was like, okay, so maybe this is like some kind of curse. Maybe something's happening. I don't know. And I was like, maybe what's going to happen is that the wizard has them locked up and is taking their magic so he can finally have some sort of magic, because we all know he doesn't have any power. But then what ends up happening is that the animals get free. They ruin the wedding. They run away, and we never see them again until the very end. So for it to be such a big point in what Elphaba was all about in the beginning, just for it to turn into a love triangle movie at the end, I was like, what was the point? Why even bring the animals up?
Like, fuck the actual civil rights going on. The triangle.
Right.
The love. Because that's the bigger part of it. These people are being bamboozled.
Yeah.
Not only are the animals losing rights, but so is Munchkinland. And slowly but surely, people probably
and
start
nobody
losing their
really
rights.
gave a shit about that.
No one's caring about that. But no, we need another song about how their friendship. Who cares?
I'm like,
there are lives at stake.
We introduced so many interesting things just for it to be like, unlimited. That's why I'm just like a little frustrated, because I'm like, I wanted to know why they were coming after the animals. And it's like, how did they start losing their speech? And some people are like, well, they were told not to practice to talk. Like they can't talk.
So they're just, it's like a muscle. If you just stop working it out.
Which is fine. But then we have a whole professor who's losing the ability to speak when all he does is speak to his class. So that's where I'm like, obviously there's something else going on.
There's a curse upon the land.
And that's what I was thinking was happening.
And then they just didn't touch on it. They just like show the professor at the end, like, he's back.
Right. Bye.
Thanks to Elphaba.
Right. So, and Glinda, I guess.
And Glinda.
But
I guess she came back and was like, okay, everyone, we're going to love animals again.
But what was weird is like the animals left to go out of Oz, and it's like we never. So how do they even know to come back? How do they know? How did they know anything? Like that's why I'm like, we talked about them so much just for them to be like
a secondary storyline.
Yeah, like, bro,
like a third dairy.
Yes,
third storyline.
Dairy.
Thirdish storyline. Thank you.
One of those. Third dairy, I think, works the best. I just hated that. Like that was like what I was intrigued about, and also like I like the political stuff where it's like the wizard is over here manipulating all of Oz, and it's like, oh yeah, she's evil, and we have to. The way for us to band together is by having a common enemy, which is you know. A great metaphor for real life. So I like the political intrigue in the first movie, and I think there's like some good moments in this movie, but it wasn't as strong. Like I did like what the Wizard of Oz was talking about, like, oh yeah, you can tell them the truth, but they won't believe you.
I love that. I was like, that's such a good point.
Yeah,
and I felt is very reflective of what's going on
today.
And today's is like, there's actually nothing you can say at this point. I'm so in deep with these people that I can kind of do whatever I want.
Right. And they will
instead of really diving into that. And then what's the answer? The answer to that is he just sent him away, and we just kind of keep having to manipulate the people. Yeah. Like at no point are the people, and maybe that's a message in and of itself, but it just seemed like Glinda just took over. None of the people asked questions. She just did whatever she wanted. And everybody's like, okay, Glinda. I'm like, wait, so what is...
So you're basically the wizard.
So yeah. So like, what's the moral of the story?
Right.
Civilizations can never. So we just have to hope that somebody nice is in power. Like, and that could be it, maybe, but it just felt like it. Yeah. I was like, is that it? Is there... Because I thought they were going to find out a way. And like I said, I've never read this or seen the play.
Right.
But, you know, I thought they might find a way to help figure out how we can move on from that pattern of just blindly following leaders and falling in love with a personality in a show. But they just didn't do that. And then instead it's kind of like the love that they share, which is fine. But we have so much going on in the background that I agree that just was pushed to the side. And it seems like that was what the book had intended to do. But also, I didn't read the book either, so who knows? Maybe it really focuses on the relationship, or maybe love triangles sell. And I get it. It was messy.
Yeah.
But it was also very short-lived and kind of became uninteresting. Because, like, once Elphaba moved on, they, like, got mad at each other. Oh, and then Glinda had her sister killed. That's, I'm like, they're not friends. They're not fucking friends.
And for her to also be like, no, it was just an accident. This house came out of nowhere. No, I'm like, what are we talking about?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Glinda is
you
such
literally
a
gave them the idea
person.
And then she died. Rightfully so. Nessa fucking sucked.
Was Nessa as insufferable in the book? I have to know.
I need to know
she
too,
was absolutely annoying. She was like,
said,
oh, let's go back the way it was. To what? You've always been annoying. Your sister's been bullied her whole life.
And Boq never liked you. He didn't care.
You should have known. You should have known. He was throwing on you. He really wanted Glinda's ass.
You had to know. And then for you to blame your sister and then be like, well.
No, she was nasty. She was nasty. And that's why the house dropped on your ass.
And that's what she gets. And I was happy when it did. Because fuck you, Nessa.
I wasn't really getting the sister chemistry between them either.
There wasn't.
I was like, this is forced as hell.
And she was over here like, she never saw me after our father died of shame. Mama, she was getting hunted.
Yeah. And
when was she ever going to come?
Your dad was absolutely so fucking rude. I would not expect my sibling to necessarily show up. If my
And then the audacity for her to say, Elphaba was like, he hated me. She's like, that's a terrible thing to say. Baby, it's the truth. Wake up.
Yeah, no, Nessa, goodbye. And that's why you the governess and you're weird. No, she was insufferable.
You're over here trapping animals and munchkins.
Just so,
go to hell.
And she got her stew stolen. Her shoe stolen.
She got
her stew stolen.
That's
you get, bitch. Go to hell with no shoes, bitch.
Go to hell with no shoes.
But it was just insane. And then she's actually crazy. Like, not Boq saying, I'm gonna dip. Also, Boq is just I'm not sure what they wanted me to feel about his character.
I never felt sorry for him either.
I didn't, but I felt like they were trying to make him seem like a redeemable character a little bit, because he was like, Nessa, like, why are you going against the animals? Like, why are you writing all these things?
Right.
And it seemed like he was kind of falling out of love with her because he was realizing she wasn't a great person. And I was like, oh, maybe he is a good character too.
No.
But then proceeds to just not be a good character the rest. Like, we never touch on him again. Except for the fact that he's like mad and evil because I didn't get the pretty girl. Like, I was confused at what his character was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Is he a good guy? Is he not a great guy? Is he a little bit of both? But if that's the case, like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Like, why does he just want to go back to Glinda?
I have to confess my love to her.
Because
maybe
in my mind,
she'll see me.
I'm like, does he really love her, or does he love the idea of her? Because I was thinking he was going to find out who she really is too, and then figuring out, you know what? Maybe I have high expectations, or maybe I'm being blinded by a lot of things and I need to find myself. But they didn't do that either. Because honestly, we don't even find out what happens to his ass in the end.
Right.
Like, literally, we don't. Boq just, is cussing everybody out in the crowd. Look at this lion. That was a weak storyline too. That lion, don't piss me off. Yeah, she set me free and I'm scared. That cannot be what the book said, because that was the dumbest thing I ever heard. I was like, what? She set the cub free and
now she's the bad guy.
And she's the bad guy because I would have had confidence with the humans. Baby, they were actively like running all out the country.
Right. And also,
I was confused about the lion.
That also goes against the whole them not being able to speak. This man was out here running amok, learning how to talk.
He's running circles around everybody with his language ability. That's why I also was like, who's this lion? It was a weak ass character. But I don't know if that's how it is in the actual story.
Also, it kind of bothered me because he was like, I remember when she snatched me out the cage. She didn't do that.
Snatch?
Fiyero did. He's the one who grabbed the cub out of the cage and also ran with the cub in the forest. So I'm like, if you're going to say this in the second movie, make her be the one to grab him out the cage.
Just lying.
The lion is lying.
Lying. Courage my ass, because he sure is couragely lying. Like, you're not scared enough, baby, because he's lying left and right. Unless they've been feeding him lies for this very moment. But it just that part was forced, and then the whole Boq thing storyline didn't go anywhere. He was just there to literally to what? To just like be with Dorothy? Because he gave that mean ass look to Glinda. Why are you fucking mad at Glinda?
Right.
They never expanded upon his storyline after he turned into he was just an angry man.
Yeah.
Why is it fuck Glinda now? Or is he looking at what he could have had?
He said, man, I almost had you, bitch.
But then why are you mad? Like he never had. I don't know.
Do nothing to you.
His character didn't do anything. It didn't like circle back. We didn't learn anything about him. We didn't understand his motives. He just was like a horny, kind of a weirdo guy.
Yeah, an axe
not flushed
murderer.
Out. Right.
But I did like the way that they portrayed that scene too, where it's like they had two experiences with Elphaba, and it was the way that they were telling themselves the story. And that's how they communicated that she was a bad person, when it's like, no, we saw what really happened. And that's not what happened.
How they were just twisting it.
Right.
She should have killed everybody.
Yeah. Actually,
Honestly,
I am a bad guy.
Yeah.
Just blow that bitch up.
Yeah. I might as well have cheated because you accuse me every damn day.
Right.
There's a song. Can't remember what it is. Insert here.
I might as well have cheated on you.
And we're good.
Okay.
Before we get demonetized.
How do we get demonetized before we ever been monetized?
You speak it into existence.
That's true. But yeah, it was like there were moments that would have been really, really cool. Cause like, okay, sure. I hate that her like moment of when she's like, fuck it, I will be evil, was when Fiyero was getting fucked up. I was like, this is your motivation.
And she didn't really do anything.
She said, I'm gonna fuck shit up.
And then proceeds to fuck Nathan.
Right.
Just nothing happens,
bro. Like,
she's like, I'm going to the castle. And it's like evil castle. But mind you, she's minding her business. Her monkeys are there. Nothing's happening. So that's how I was like, because I thought she's about to go on a rampage. I thought it was going to give like, well, you didn't watch Game of Thrones, but Daenerys, when she like burns the entire town down, she's pissed.
Do
like
something.
I'm thinking she's going to do something actually evil.
Because you thought I was
that
evil?
is making...
I'm about to show you evil.
Exactly. But she never does anything evil. So the whole like, oh, y'all are making her bad. No one made her bad. So what's the point of this?
Yeah. Like I said, the worst thing that she did was just capture Dorothy. That was it.
Did she capture her?
I mean,
Did she grab her?
her monkeys did. She
They
said,
did.
grab the shoes.
But in her defense, you stole. Even when I watched Wizard of Oz,
It is a
I was
weird
like, I'm
scene.
kind of not even mad at the witch because you literally stole her dead sister's
woman's
shoes and you're running around in them because you're told they're magical. That whole movie is also weird, but I think the person who wrote that was making it political as well.
Right.
But in the sake of the story, I'm like, yeah, you took the shoes off of a dead woman.
And you now confused why that lady might be mad?
You're parading them around. So, you know, you do get kidnapped, but all she says is like, well, she's even asked for the shoes back. She just like sets it up to where you kill her. And then like none of that's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it just seemed like they're trying so hard to make her like she's turning, but she never turned.
But
So
she didn't do
we didn't
anything,
have to do none of that.
It would have been more interesting to see that moment happen and what that would have looked like. So it's like, oh, like maybe now she starts treating them like they're treating the animals, taking away their right to speak and blah, blah, blah.
Something to make it not interesting, but to make it have
more
some
impactful.
depth in
There
it.
was
Yes.
nothing like, I felt like we opened up so many things in the first movie just for it to be the most shallow conclusion we could have had.
Right.
They're like, okay, well, the animals are back. And she's not really dead.
Yeah. And she was never really evil. It's all a big misunderstanding. But don't worry, she just has to be dead. And like Glinda's gonna solve everything because like everybody loves Glinda. And like we're just gonna kick Oz out. And
like,
just
what did we
everyone's gonna be happy
learn?
ever after.
What did we learn?
There was no lesson. Not that there has to be.
But Glinda was literally
But
the same.
nothing. Glinda, the only reason why she became who she was, she thought her friend died.
Right.
She probably felt bad a little bit. But mind you, she kept everything she wanted. She still gets to be the fake ass because she has a little bit of powers, right?
I guess
in the
now
first one,
she does.
Well, no, in the first one, did she have powers at all? I thought she had a little bit.
She didn't have any powers. And then, like, that's why I was kind of confused with the Grimoire. Because I'm like, okay, so the prophet said that whoever comes down and will save it will be able to read it. But then it also just opens up to anybody. That's why I'm kind of confused. How does their magic system work?
Their magic system does not make sense to me. Because didn't it also open up and Elphaba's sister was reading it? Or what book was that?
That's the Grimoire, yeah.
Why was it there?
Because
she brought that?
Elphaba brings it with her everywhere.
Okay, because it was just like laying open on the couch. And
Yeah.
then her sister's like, yes,
And
I'm
she
just
said,
going to start
blah, blah,
reading
blah, blah, blah.
stuff. She's so male-centered.
She don't give a fuck about her sister.
She's literally oppressing a whole group of munchkins just so
for
her man
one
can't leave.
Man.
And then proceeds
Honestly,
to just like...
slay.
Well, and then so she has powers too.
Right. I guess.
That's why I'm like, okay.
I don't get it.
They don't show her ass with no powers
I
the
don't get it.
entire time until she's like reading off words that don't even make sense, and she's like
And
killing
she's saying
them.
them wrong. So it's like, why would that even work then? She's just making up stuff.
That's why it just didn't make sense. The magic didn't make sense to me because the level of powers didn't work.
No.
Because at the end, when Madam Whatever is being taken away by the monkeys, she's like not. She commanded a whole storm and a tornado, and now she's
Right.
like no, and like flying away.
She can't do a little
She can do nothing.
nothing.
She can like turn into like a butterfly and get dip
Turn
out of
into
there.
a cloud. Something.
Something.
Rain on their damn parade.
She just gets taken away, and Glinda's like, "This is mine now." Like,
I hope you
whatever.
like cages, bitch.
Yeah, but like Glinda, she just lives her best life.
Yep.
She gets everything she wanted still,
And
minus
as
Ferrero
soon
Rocher,
as
minus her chocolate.
the little scarecrow man.
Yeah, the
Right.
scarecrow man. But that's why I'm like, so did she learn anything, or she just gets to like live her life exactly as she anticipated? She just is now gonna like, you know, not condemn the animals to a life of animal slavery. But I think that it just fell flat, to your point. Things were not fleshed out.
Yeah.
It was very shallow of a story.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what I was supposed to take away from it at the end.
Yep.
Is it friendship prevails? Because it kind of doesn't.
Friendship prevails when one of them dies.
Yes. Fake friendships will last.
Right.
But one of you.
We'll have to be
I have one photo in my hands. You ever watch America's Next Top Model?
Yeah. And whoever's on here gets to live.
Yeah. It just, truly, this story is just not.
It's not it.
It's not a real story. Like, it probably shouldn't have been made into what it was, because I feel like people keep focusing on the wrong things. And that's why we got a movie where it focused on their friendship and the love triangle, when really that should have been like the secondary storyline to everything else that was going on, which is like the political themes that were never fleshed out.
Right. I would have really liked to seen a political version of this movie with their friendship being the secondary thing, for sure.
Yes. And a real friendship. Like, actually making it to where we could see why they have this love-hate relationship.
Right.
Because it really just seemed like Elphaba was being overly nice for how smart she is. Like,
Yeah.
Elphaba should have caught that quickly.
Right.
Honestly, their friendship was never set up on great terms. They had like a brief moment where it worked, but like, truly, Glinda is not your friend. And like, I feel like Elphaba should be smart enough to know that. Unless she's so desperate for friendship.
She is. She's never had love from another person. She's only been loved and appreciated by animals, and then they're getting shitted on and they're getting ran out of Oz. So now she has nobody. So she grabs for little crumbs. And it's a very depressing story, and I don't mind that. But then to end on such a Disney level song of like, and I have changed for the better because of you.
No.
Anyways, when you die, I'll take on the cause for the animals. But as soon as it gets hard, I'll probably stop.
No, literally. Also, what did Elphaba change for the better with her friendship?
She got a little
she changed
airy.
for the worse.
Right.
Oh. It's not like her life went downward spiral when they met.
Right. Now your sister's dead because of this bitch.
Literally.
And you're like, thank you so much for changing my life.
I don't get they're not friends. They're not real.
No.
It's not a real thing. It was made up. It's made up.
And that's fine, I guess. But I really liked the first movie, and I was really hoping to like this second movie, but just didn't happen for me.
No, it was a lot. It was 2 hours of fluff.
It was really 5 hours of us watching content of nothing that amounted to nothing at the end of it.
Yeah.
Which is life.
And then she's with her straw man, and they can't turn him back.
The whole, once you say spell out of the grimoire, you can't reverse it. Y'all are some weak ass magicians.
Y'all need to figure it out. Maybe this is like
something.
This is the year 1512.
Right.
Something.
We hopefully in the future you'll figure something out.
They kind of figured it out. And not him calling her ugly.
No, he did. He said it's just looking at things in a different way.
I will kill you.
Fuck out my face.
He looked into her eyes. He said, "You're so beautiful." What'd she say?
Don't lie. You don't have to lie.
And instead of going, "No, you are so beautiful," he goes, "Sometimes you just gotta like look at it in a way.
If you close your eyes and turn around, then you're very, very beautiful."
I was like, huh?
Now that's like one time somebody was like, I don't care what anybody says, you're beautiful to me. So people are just saying I'm ugly. What do you say?
I said, so no matter what have you heard?
Who's starting these rumors that I'm a
They said you're busted.
Monster?
They said you're ugly as hell.
I don't like this whole saying of like you're beautiful to me. Just say I'm beautiful. You can stop
beautiful
there
and double down. Okay.
And you're fucking beautiful, bitch.
I don't want to catch your bluff. Lie.
It's not that man being like,
queen
yeah,
I've ever seen
if
in
you
my
just
life.
look at it, something different.
What does that mean?
She's just green.
And she's eating that shit up.
And then ate it up indeed.
I mean, I get it. This is the first time a man has, I guess, spoken to her in a romantic way. But I was just like, what?
Stand up, Elphaba.
There could have been another line. Because he could have just said, you are beautiful. Because obviously, if you are attracted to her enough for y'all to be bumping and grinding in the treehouse, and for you to want to be with her, like, you clearly find her beautiful.
He said the lights are off.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, what are you talking about? You could have said anything.
No, yeah, he chose violence, and she said period.
She said, I get it. But I guess, you know
that's
what?
how she is in all her relationships, though. I mean, even with Glinda.
She does let people just walk all over her.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Right.
After everything she's been through, you would think that she would be like, actually, just respect me.
Yeah, please.
Also, how did you feel about Dorothy just being like profile?
I love that. That
I
was
did
so
too.
fun.
I thought it was cool.
It was just great.
It's like she's already had her story. This is not hers.
Girl, she just that annoying girl in the background doing some stuff.
Her grabbing the broom and being like, "Huzzah!" I'm like, "You're crazy."
Hilarious.
Lock her ass up. And then at the end when the
Because
wizard
nobody
leaves,
can see you doing that. Why would you do that?
I did. She said, "Yippee yee! I've always wanted to do this with a broom."
And then ran off. But I love that. How they were just like, yeah, they're on a journey. All right, here they go. So.
And then at the end, whenever the wizard's leaving, and she's like, "Please don't leave. I want to go home." So I don't know if
They
Dorothy
said,
ever
"Oh,
goes
that
home in
silly
this
girl."
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like the way that they dealt with Dorothy because it is an important part of the story, obviously. It's her downfall. But I liked how they didn't really give her the spotlight. But
She had her moment to shine.
what's your rating, Haley? What do you give this movie?
Out of
If you want to do 10, girl, 10 magic wands.
10 magic wands, I'll give it 5 magic wands. I'll get it there because, I did feel a little emotional at the end, even though there's no reason for that. But
Yeah.
because, I actually really, my bad. I actually really like the singing. Like, I'm glad Ariana and Cynthia both can sing because some of the songs I was like, I'm vibing with this. I sure do.
Yeah.
So
I
did
liked it
like
more when Ariana's like real voice came out, not her falsetto.
Yes, like her voice.
Yes.
Yeah. So I did enjoy that. I thought the costumes were beautiful. I thought the acting was fine. So
Yeah.
for that, I'll give it a 5. The other half is just it lacked in depth. It lacked in what I think it was supposed to really hit home with. And I think things were just unfinished and they were focusing way too much on their friendship when to me that I wasn't getting why they would even need to focus on their friendship
Right.
given everything else going on. But what about you?
Well, I gave Wicked, if we're doing out of 10, I gave it a 6 out of 10 magic wands. So for this one, I would give this a 4 out of 10 magic wands.
Okay.
I just didn't really, as soon as it was over, I was like, well, that kind of sucked. Like it just didn't hit the way I wanted it to. And I don't know if this would have been better as like a 3-part mini series. I just feel like it needed more space for more than just singing. I wanted bigger stories. And they did add some songs to this movie that weren't in like the original Broadway. Like when Cynthia was singing or Elphaba was singing about No Place Like Home. That's a new song. And I really liked it. And it's like, I like that they're able to do different stuff, but I just wish there was more space for the other storylines because I think they were important and it had something to say about how we look at things politically. So especially with like TikTok, and if somebody tells us one story, then we all kind of fall into this like rabbit hole of what is true, even if it's not. So I liked what we were talking about and I just wish we did more of it.
I agree.
I don't mind the singing. I love musicals, but this one, magic wand, is a dud.
Magic level, Glinda.
Oof. Glinda before she started being able to read the Grimoire.
That's crazy.
When she was floating around in a fucking bubble.
Her fake ass bubble car.
And she said, no one will be able to tell that I'm stepping on this button, right? It's like, okay, if you say so.
Yeah, she's not going to last long.
No, but honestly, the Aussians,
They're not too bright.
so as long as you say something slightly pretty good, they'll be like, oh my God.
We love Glinda.
She's so good.
She set us free.
Thank God we're free because we post on Instagram. I don't think that really went, but at Hayley and Kayli, you can follow us there. We also have a TikTok at Hayley and Kayli. Hayley, what else do we have?
We have a YouTube channel at Hayley and Kayli, so you can look at us there if you want to see our beautiful faces, or at least, depending on how you look at it, our beautiful faces.
If you close your eyes,
And you
turn the screen down.
We also have a Gmail at presspodcast@gmail.com where you can email us your recommendations, your thoughts, blah, 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 blah. We also have a second channel at Hey and Kay if you're interested in anything beauty related because Glinda and Elphaba.
Oh.
What else we got? Oh, our podcast. You can listen to us on wherever. Apple. Oh, finish this out.
At Press Podcast. Well, let us know what you thought about Wicked and Wicked for Good down below. Were you happy with how things ended? Are you a stan of the old versus the new? Tell us all about it. We don't know what we're going to be talking about next time, but hey, it'll be magical and full of friendship. So we'll see you there. Go ahead, Hayley, say bye.
Unlimited. Are we friends?
I like that. I'll make sure to drop a house on your sister.
I'm kidding.
We love you, Gara.